Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalati wassalam ala ashrafil mursaleen. Wa khatimi nabiyeen. Ahmed Abi Mujtaba Qasimi Mustafa Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Wa li taibin tahirin. La ilaha illallah Jalilul Jabbar. لا إله إلا الله عزيز الكفار لا إله إلا الله وحيد القهار لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا نحن له مسلمون لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا نحن له مخلصون لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلها واحدا نحن له عابدون قال الله تعالى في مقام كتاب عزيز بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وآمنوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Subhanallah. Please, can I have one more loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The human being, can you hear me? Everybody hear me? Alhamdulillah. The human being consists of two things. An exterior and an interior. When we approach someone, the first thing we see is the exterior of a person. If this person is considered maybe handsome or beautiful, we find ourselves being attracted to that person because of their exterior. This is we consider to be beautiful. This person, he or she, they said, this person is beautiful. But what if as we start to talk to this person in which we consider to be beautiful, we find out this person is actually not beautiful at all? Just wait, let me keep on. Then we go to a person that may not be appealing to one's eyes, and we start to speak to this person, but something about this person, we start saying that this person is very beautiful. We start to wonder what makes beauty. Is beauty something in which we see with our eyes? Is it that exterior of the person? Or is beauty the interior of people? What makes a person beautiful? Their looks or their character? We should know that if we look at the outward looks of a person, then we cannot always say this person is beautiful. We have to look inside of a person, because this person that we least expect to be beautiful, that all actuality is beautiful, we start saying to ourselves that, man, this person is so kind and caring and so loving, so generous. So what makes a person beautiful is their character, is that akhlaq, is their behavior, their conduct. This is what makes people beautiful. It is not what makes we see from outside, but what is in. We look at the prophets of Allah Azza, he sent down prophets, and it was one thing other than Tawheed that it was teaching to mankind. They was teaching akhlaq, good conduct. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he's Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He said that he came to the people to perfect their conduct. This conduct. What is this conduct? What is akhlaq, their behavior? This is what it is, the behavior of a person. This is what makes you beautiful. The kindness, the gentleness, the concern of other people. When you look at another person and you want to help them more so than yourself. When you greet a person, you greet them with a smile. You embrace the people with love. So much so that when we look at what Luqman al-Hakim, when he was advising his son, he says someone with good conduct, that a stranger becomes what? Family. And family becomes stranger if you have bad conduct. See this? Good conduct brings people that are strangers towards you as family members because you invite them towards you. And the people start to what? Love and care for you and see you as a beautiful person. Beauty is within us. This is beautiful. When we think about conduct and good conduct, we see that in a society like the United States or in the West, this is something in which they don't put as a priority. They don't put akhlaq as a priority. They don't put as being a good person as a priority. So much so like how Islam do. They put akhlaq as a priority. They make sure that from a very young age that we are teaching our children to be good Muslims, to have good akhlaq. Right? Good conduct. This is what we're teaching them. The importance of this is so much valuable than of wealth. You say, how can this be more valuable than wealth? Think about it. You have wealth, say for instance, you are a millionaire, right? You have $1 million, which is a lot of money if you don't have no money, right? You have $1 million, but then you lose your money and you have bad conduct. People going to be saying, oh, he lost his money and he had bad conduct. But what I said, if you have good conduct, but you lose your money. One time, they said it was a Arabian king, a king in, I can't think of his name right now. It kind of left my mind for a moment. And they said that he was friends with a Roman emperor. Don't ask me why he was friends with a Roman emperor, but this is how the story goes. And he used to always ask for advice to this Roman emperor. So he asked this Roman emperor, he said, when I die, I want to leave my children with a mass amount of wealth. A mass amount of wealth. What do you think? Do you think this is a good idea? Of course, if you was the one that was going to receive the wealth, you'd say, this is a great idea. Send me the wealth. But this emperor came back to him, the Roman emperor came back, and he said to him, the best thing that you could leave your children is good behavior. Because even if he lose his money, people are going to still love them because of their good conduct. So much so that even the people, if they hate them, because of the conduct, they will still respect and follow them. So leaving your children with something like good conduct and teaching them akhlaq is far greater than of leaving them all the wealth in the world. Akhlaq is something that will help you throughout your life. Having good conduct would definitely help you. This would be a benefit for you. We look like, wow, really? If we knew how valuable akhlaq or having good conduct was, we all would be rushing towards it and all be trying to get this. All be trying to have this trait about us. Because this is the beauty that comes from outside of us. That comes from inside of us and illuminates outside of us. This is the akhlaq. This is how we have to do it. But how do we get this good behavior? How do we get it? How do we get this? Assalamu alaikum, children. Assalamu alaikum. Everybody, please, everybody. This way. Yes, everybody. Can I have a loud salawat, please? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa This is important for y'all. Y'all have to listen to this. This is important. Thank you. These messages in which we get through in this month of Muharram, of this time of Muharram, is not something we should take lightly. These are lessons that's going to help you. Understand? Everybody? You sure? Okay. Can I continue? Okay. Have a loud salawat again. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Alhamdulillah. When we look at these things, this akhlaq, and how we know how important it is, we should know that even if you have a lot of knowledge and do not put that knowledge into action, it will not help you at all. It will just be something like information that you had accumulated. It will just be information. If you know about good character and yet don't use it, then it's not going to help you. I remember somebody asked the question of Ayatollah Bahjat. They said, how do you, purify yourself? How do you get better? He said, when you learn something, you put it into practice. And once you put it into practice, then you go on to the next thing. It is almost like a person, he perfect that thing in which he learned, and then he or she moves on to the next thing. If you know that lying is bad, you stop lying. You know to be honest, you be honest. You know to be courtesy, you show courtesy to people. You respect people. All these things, and you put this into practice, and in fact, it will affect you in such a good way that people said, this person has great akhlaq. I aspire to be like this person because he or she, they are getting closer and closer to Allah, and people are bringing closer and closer to themselves, to them. This is what it is, right? We see also an example of a person that had so much knowledge and was very famous. But even though he was famous, he needed work. Something was missing. They said that this person in which I'm speaking of, his name was Abu Ali Sina. Before the age of 20 years old, he had mastered all the sciences of Islam. So they said one time he went and he go to sit inside of a lecture of this famous scholar, Abu Ali Muskuya, something like that. So they said once he sat there, he had a walnut. In this walnut, he threw it on the ground. He said to the sheikh, he said, count the lines of this Walmart, like not Walmart, the walnut. Estimate it. Give me the estimation of the lines of this walnut. This was the story said. Right off the bat, the scholar went and got a book called Kitabu Akhlaq and gave it to this person of knowledge and told him once he fixed his akhlaq, he would not give him the calculation of the ridges of the walnut. This is a scholar, a person that knew, had the knowledge. He had the knowledge, but yet his akhlaq was bad. This means that when you go towards purifying your akhlaq, you have to purify your niyat. Your intentions has to be pure. Because when you're going towards making yourself better, if your intentions are not pure, then your actions will not be pure. You will not get any effect out of what you are learning. It will be just something in which you learn. It will be information. It will not be knowledge, because knowledge is something in which once you learn, you put it into action. That's what it is. We see this all the time. We don't need people to know things. We need people of action. We need people to learn these things and put them into action. As Muslims, we should be the best of examples towards people who are not Muslim. When they see the Muslim, they said, this person, he has such great character, such great conduct. I want to be like this person. I want to be like that Muslim. We should not be those, when they see us, they say, I don't want to be like this person. This person is such a rude person, such an angry person, such a hateful person. No, this is not correct. Because Allah sent all the prophets down to what? Teach us akhlaq, to purify our morals. When we look at that of someone who was sent down to purify morals, we look at Prophet Isa alayhi salam and his companions and all of them, his disciples, used to say that he was the teacher of goodness. So these prophets came down to teach us goodness. This goodness is good conduct, good behavior, which we in turn call akhlaq. This is what? One of the things that's considered to be akhlaq is, now everybody listen, respect. Respect. You must respect people. You must respect people. You should not disrespect people. You should not feel that you are better than anyone. You cannot do this. This is bad. Are we better than anyone? No. We're not. But what makes us better than people is the deeds in which we accumulate. That's it, right? SubhanAllah. That means regardless of who people are, whether they are the lowest on the totem pole or the highest, we treat everybody with respect. Even if we never seen this person before, we treat them with respect. Because this shows what? Good akhlaq. Don't it? We look at people that sometimes they change how they react to a person when they find out who they are. They say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you was an important person. Please forgive me. We see this example during the time of Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salam. Please forgive me, I'm kind of tired today, so that's okay. Alhamdulillah. We see the example of this. They said during his caliphate, he used to go to the market and just roam around the market. We know what the market, right? You know, he used to go to the market, and at the time he was at a date market. You know, one of those dates, nice, good, juicy dates. So he seen a little girl sitting there, and she was crying. The first thing we was wondering, like, why is this little girl crying? Why is she upset? So Imam Ali alayhi salam, he asked her what was the problem. He asked her what was the problem. She said, I'm a slave girl, and my master sent me to get some dates. When I brought them towards him or to him, he felt that they was inferior, and he told me to go back and get my money. So she was sitting there crying because the storekeeper would not give her back the money. He wouldn't give her back the money. So Imam Ali alayhi salam went towards the storekeeper and he said that, please, she's a slave girl. Give her back the money so she could give back to her master, because she has no control over herself. As a slave, you have to do what your master tells you. So they said that this man came towards Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salam and pushed him. They said that he pushed him. And the people around him was astonished, because they knew who he was, but the man who pushed him didn't know. So they said to him, do you know who this is? This is Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali alayhi salam. So the guy all of a sudden, he said, oh, please forgive me. He said, please forgive me. Now listen what Imam Ali alayhi salam said. He said to him, I will not forgive you until you fix your conduct. Till you fix your conduct. children. What's so funny? What did we just say about respect? Huh? We have to respect. Is this good akhlaq? No? So why are we doing this? Huh? Okay. We have to show goodness. We have to be kind and show respect. Because if you do not show respect to others, no one's going to show respect to you. Please, when you get older, I want you to remember this. You're going to say, man, one day, the Shaykh was on a minbar, and he said about respect and akhlaq. And how the importance of having this. Right? Loud salawat, please. I'm saying this as an important thing because at one time I was in your age, and my brothers and all of them used to tell me these things, and I too did not listen. And then later on in life, I had to go back to them and apologize to them because I realized what they were saying was actually beneficial to me and not something that was going to hurt me. Right? These are gems in which you need to take heed of and not pay attention to. Right? Loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So we see that Imam Mu'mineen alayhi salam said he will not forgive this person until he changes his conduct. Now you see that this person did not feel sad until he realized who he was. Until he realized that. Before he thought he was any other person in which he could just show bad conduct and treat any type of way. This show you that you don't know who people are. That you treat everybody with respect and be kind and caring and show the best akhlaq that you have towards anyone. Because you never know who the people are. You never know. Let me give you an example. One time years ago, this is an example of myself. I went to go lecture somewhere, right? And the place in where I was staying, I noticed that there was a halal restaurant. I like halal food, right? So I went over there and I said to the people, it was like maybe like gyros. I didn't like gyros at the time. So I said, excuse me, I'm a traveler. Do you have anything that's other than a gyro, like hearty food? The person, he said, no, I don't have nothing, but hold on for a moment. He went in the back. He made me a lamb shank with rice. He said, welcome to my city. Welcome to my city. You're a traveler, and I have to take care of you. This is what he said. I have to. This is not on the menu. This is from my own meal that I'm sharing with you. I said, oh, subhanAllah, thank you so much. Now, mind you, this person never seen me before. Never. Later on that day, I go to the Islamic Center to go lecture. As I turn to the left or the right, guess who I seen? That same person that was in that store that fed me. And I go towards him. I said, do you remember me? He said, no, who are you? I said, remember earlier I came to the store and I said I was a traveler. And you said, welcome to my city. And you gave me some of your food? He said, yes. I said, thank you so much. He said, I didn't know who you were. I did not know you was here lecturing. He had no idea who I was. But yet, he showed me kindness. He showed good akhlaq towards me. That means anybody that comes towards you, you must show them kindness. Even though you don't know who they are. Because this person may be someone that maybe you might run into or may have something or some type of prestige. You just never know who they are. This is something that was amazing. Can you imagine this? We never think about this. This is the same situation that happened on Imam Mu'mineen, but different, on the opposite. This person didn't know who he was, but he treated him harshly. Here it is, this person didn't know who I was, but they treated me with kindness. This is an example of akhlul bayt. This is an example of akhlaq. This is something in which we must have in ourselves. This is something in which we must show to the people that we have. And in turn, people will look at us and take us as examples of people with what? Good conduct. Of good conduct. We should not take the people of bad conduct as our examples. No. We take akhlul bayt as our examples. Because they are the ones who show us what good conduct is, what good akhlaq is, good morals, right? This is an example. To be kind and caring to everyone, to show the good behavior towards people. We have to do this, right? We should know that to have good character, good akhlaq can save us. It saves us from the hellfire. It could save us from slaughter, maybe even that. So much so. You said, well, how can that happen? How can this happen? How can it save us? When we look at a very good story, it said that it was one time, it was 3 polytheists. We know what polytheists, right? You know what a polytheist is? No? Like a mushrik? You know a mushrik? Okay. People that believe in multiple gods or don't believe in God at all, right? Multiple gods. They said they had came to Medina and they wanted to assassinate Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali. They wanted to assassinate, but alhamdulillah, they got caught. So after the Prophet of Allah, they found the guiltiness of these people. He told, take 2 of them and kill them. But this one, you save his life. Now you say to yourself, why would he kill 2 of them and save one when all 3 of them had the attempt to try to kill a beloved Prophet of Allah? So of course, like everything, that person that life was saved, he asked Rasulullah. Of course, he didn't say Rasulullah. He asked him, why did you kill these people but you spared my life? He said, Angel Jibril alayhi salam came to me and he informed me that you have 5 things in which Allah and his messenger love. Now these 5 things are 5 good traits that this person had in his character. One of the things is that, which is the most important, and I'm just going to talk about this. They said that you have good conduct. Had good conduct. Because he had these 5 traits, which I'm only going to talk about one, his life was spared. So much so that this man, when he heard the 5 things, he knew these things about himself. And because he knew these things about himself, that he knew what the Prophet of Allah was saying was true. And they said because of this, he became Muslim. He accepted Islam. We have to understand something. Our words do not make people accept Islam or bring people towards Islam. It's our good akhlaq. Our morals bring people towards the Islam and bring people towards us. Because people always look at what? Our actions, what we are doing, how we doing things, right? This is how it goes. Right? What do our parents say? I'm not doing nothing, right? I'm not being bad, but when you're doing something wrong, right? You caught, right? They're looking at what? Your actions, right? Not what you're saying, right? This is the akhlaq. We should always try to go towards things, to be able to understand things with a pure heart and sincerity in heart, And we ask Allah to purify us, to make us better people, and to be of those who have good akhlaq, good conduct, good behavior. Right? Would you want to be around people that has bad conduct? No. No one wants water in her hand. She saw something and she dropped the water and ran. And they say, oh, Salma asked, what is wrong? She said, I see our scar inside of the water. This was the day in which all of this has happened. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa la as'ina al-insana la fi khusr lilladhina amanu wa aminu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr wa akhir dawana walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wa sallallahu Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin.